television services in our top stories. Gambia Supreme Islamic Council convenes a consultative meeting with the Muslim community to discuss issues regarding the moon sighting controversy. Gambians welcome government's reissuance of national ID card, but many are worried about the cost of renewal. Gambia immigration authorities say 72 would-be migrants have been rescued by a cargo vessel off the coast of Guinea-Bissau after their boat ran into trouble. In internationals, Ugandan government is on alert as it prepares to authorize vaccination to stem cross-border spread of Ebola. Moving to strengthen bilateral ties, Chinese President Xi Jinping's special envoy Sheng Jianbang visits Mali to attend the inauguration ceremony of President Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta. These plus many more stories coming ahead with me, Fatimata Sisay, to stay with us. Welcome to the news, and we begin this bulletin with the national news because members of the Gambia Supreme Islamic Council and the country's Muslim community Sunday convened a consultative meeting over the issue of moon sighting. Vice President His Excellency Usainu Dabo represented the government at the meeting, which holistically aims at finding a common ground on sighting of the moon for Islamic engagements such as fasting during Ramadan, Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha, among others. Modu Bajan tells us more.
Quoting the Holy Quran, the Imam Ratib, Cherno Aliu Maska, they echoed the vitality of the conclave in seeking to unite Gambians on the sightseeing of the moon for Islamic rights. In his deliberations, Gambia Supreme Islamic Council President Mamadou Lamin Touré underscored the need for unity in carrying out moon sighting and other Islamic activities. He went on that the Council will be accommodative to all Gambians, but it will announce Islamic festivities if the moon is sighted in the Gambia or anywhere in the Muslim world. For the President's Religious and Traditional Affairs Advisor Dembo Bojang, there is a lot of noise on the issue of sighting the moon. Bojang reiterated that government will not interfere on the religious affairs of the citizenry. Meanwhile, the Vice President and Minister of Women's Affairs, Usainu Dabo, like several others, also called for unity on the matter at hand.
I commend the Supreme Council for taking the initiative to get members and Muslims in general to this gathering so that they can discuss a very controversial issue, an issue that is virtually dividing the Ummah, that is the sighting of the moon. And it's used just for the months of Ramadan and Hajj. So to get the people around to discuss this issue and be united on it, I think is very important. And I'm sure God Almighty will really help them, give them proper guidance, because they are on a great crusade to unify the Gambian Muslims.
As far as participants Ayuba Sani and Abubakar Saba are concerned, the engagement is without doubt crucial as it is aiming to unite Gambians. While former Secretary to the Council, Alhajij Mohamed Sah, dilated on the importance of the conclave, Banding Drame, a former president of the Islamic body, also called for collaborative efforts to work on the sightseeing of the moon.
The Prophet ﷺ have said, fast when you saw the moon, but break when you saw the moon. That interpretation has brought some differences.
What are your expectations as far as today's gathering is concerned?
It is natural for people to have different opinion and so on. Allah the Almighty is saying, وَمَا كَانَ لِمُؤْمِنٍ وَلَا مُؤْمِنَةٍ إِذَا قَضَى اللَّهُ وَرَسُولُهُ أَمْرًا أَنْ يَكُونَ لَهُمُ الْخِيَرَةُ مِنْ أَمْرِهِ. Once it is established that this is Quran, once it is established that this is a hadith, you as a Muslim, you don't have any other thing than to implement and take it.
Another participant, Ibrahim Ajabi, also describes the event as important in the Supreme Islamic Council's endeavors to be clear on moon sighting in the Gambia.
This day is very important because our Supreme Islamic Council, they want to tell us the truth because people talk a lot about it. So that's why they want to clarify everything to the people to know what's going on. I'm expecting a lot of change. I'm sure when people hear about what they are saying, I'm sure most of the people will change to go with them.
With deliberations, including the significance of time and its wisdom in the legitimization of Islamic rights, scholars assert of continuous consultations to work on sighting the moon for the better. Modu Bajan, GRTA.
And away from that, we take a look at the ID card issue because they're back again and the debate on the absence of a national document can finally come to rest. Now, the new government's recent reissuance of national identity cards has been greatly welcomed by Gambians, but others are suggesting a reduction in the fee charged to obtain the new ID card. Khalilu Janko has been talking to people outside the Greater Banjul area, and he now reports.
News of the reissuance of ID cards brought much welcome relief from Gambians in all parts of the country, with the halt on the ID production raising one of the most intense national debates since the advent of the new government. Now it's official, ID cards are back again, with the borough administration promising to ensure the new national ID card is protected and fortified against former loopholes that made the ID easily accessible. Sounding people's opinion on the $450 charge for the new national ID card, many of those we spoke to lamented its costly fee.
I think that is very expensive because, yeah, people are not equal. Some can afford it, some cannot afford it. For me, it's very expensive. Let's say alhamdulillah for that. As far as it's $450, I think the price will reduce up to 100 or less than that. So which is a very good move.
To me, it's very expensive. I don't know how did they come about it, but you know, you never know what is on the ground.
But whatever the price, the document's benefit far outweighed its costly nature, and for many, the very idea of possessing an ID card is a significant achievement. And whilst others suggested a reduction of the price to $250, a few people believe national ID cards should be given free of charge, as it is every citizen's right to have one. That's at least what Jibin Jai was expecting.
And you want to say like a list of the A450, Jamano Beleniata on 200 plus, living in a 450.
A family man with 3 wives and children, Musa Seka, said he has an extended family and providing an ID card for each will be expensive for him with his small earnings.
I'm family Buddhist. So kenn ku nekk su ma ko bëgg a wutal benn ID card $450 is too much dafa seer du ma mun a am loolu du ma ko mun.
Several other people agreed a reduction in the charge fee will be helpful to the greater population. Yet on the bright side of the validation period, the new ID is 5 years as confirmed by the public relations officer of the Immigration Department.
The document you need to come with it. One is a birth certificate, a passport, a voter's card, alcalos attestation or CFOS attestation, naturalization certificate or registration certificate. Those are the required documents. One needs to come with it as a Gambian.
The period certainly gives any holder enough time to prepare for the next renewal. Reporting for GRTS News, I am Falilu ML Janko.
And to a rather sad news now, because hundreds of mourners converge at the residence of the Sanyangs in Lamin, Kumu North, to pay their last respects to prominent citizen Alhajij544 Sanyang, former chief of Kumu North and paramount chief of the Gambia. The late Alhajij544 Sanyang died Saturday morning, and he was one of the leading traditional rulers in the country. Late Sanyang was survived by 1 wife, children and grandchildren. By Ibrahim Cham tells us more.
Mourners in their hundreds descended on the Sanyang Kunda household to pay their final respects to Alhajij544 Sanyang, former paramount chief and one of the most influential traditional rulers of modern Gambia. Family sources say he died early Saturday at around 6 a.m. after a long battle with illness. The late Alhajij544 Sanyang spent 14 years as head of chief of Kumu North, 12 years as paramount chief, and mourners hailed him for his exemplary leadership skills and his role in promoting peace among his people. J.S. Sanyang, a brother to the late Demba Sanyang, stated that he lost a brother and a friend who played a part in his upbringing.
If I want to say, I will make a mistake. But Demba is not a brother to me, it's a father to me. For my lifetime, Demba is taking care of me. He's somebody who loved the people. He's a great man.
Mamadou Sabli, a former resident of Lamin village, highlighted some of the greatest qualities of the late traditional ruler, adding that the late paramount chief was a pillar to social stability in the community.
I've worked with the old man also when I was in cabinet, and I know the role he has played in actually coordinating the activities of the traditional rulers and making sure that peace and stability continue to prevail in this country, and also to promote our cultural values so that the young people would not be lost but would be guided.
Alhaji Musa Bojang, who serves as the chair of the Council of Elders of Lamin Village, spoke of great respect and integrity the late Sanyang upheld during his lifetime as a cultural figure. The late paramount chief was survived by a wife, children, and several grandchildren. Reporting for GRTS News, I'm by Ibrahim Chan.
May his soul rest in peace. Away from that, more than 72 migrants have been rescued by a cargo ship 100 miles off the coast of Guinea-Bissau. This is the latest batch of migrants being rescued at sea, and Majang Barrow reports.
This is the latest batch of would-be migrants whose attempt to reach Europe hit the rocks even before leaving the shores of Africa. This batch, according to security service agents, was rescued by a cargo ship 100 miles off the coast of Guinea-Bissau. In all, 72 migrants comprising Gambians and Senegalese have been returned to the Gambia after their boat ran into trouble. The group was meant on arrival by members of the Gambia Immigration Department and the Gambia Armed Forces. Speaking to reporters upon the safe landing of the youths from the cargo vessel, Superintendent Mamanding S. Diba, Public Relations Officer of the Gambia Immigration Department, said the group embarked on the field journey from an island in Senegal.
We are here on an operation to receive Gambian and Senegalese migrants that were rescued somewhere along the coast of Guinea-Bissau. These people have been brought to the port of Banjul this afternoon, and with the support of the Navy, we are able to get them all alive. Any figure that I would want to give you based on the statistics of nationalities may not be accurate. You will have to give us some time so that when we get to the migration center, we conduct our interviews, we do our screenings, and we will be able to establish the nationalities.
His colleagues from the Gambia Armed Forces, Lieutenant Colonel Umar B. Bojang, commended the sister security services and other partners such as the National Disaster Management Agency and the Gambia Red Cross Society for the successful rescuing of the would-be migrants.
And the Gambian Navy, as a maritime, as a service of the Gambia Armed Forces, have been very, very instrumental in trying to curb this menace and trying to control this illegal migration of our youthful age. That are the youths who are the workforce of our great nation. It calls on the collaboration and cooperation of all the agencies and all the stakeholders.
Ali from Fatick in Senegal said he embarked on the journey to enter Europe as a way of finding a better life. Lamin Sedi left behind his business and took on the journey. The Brikama native said he wanted to travel to Spain to work and help his family.
Actually, I thought, by embarking on this journey, if by chance I get to Spain, so I could give myself a better life,
Bakari from Nyumi Kanuma, 22 years of age, claimed to spend $52,000 to embark on the journey, and now that he lost everything on this failed journey, Bakari is hopeful of going back to his old job as a drummer and start all over again. All the migrants were later taken to Migration Center in Tangier for proper screening. Majan Barrow, GRTS.
The Gambia Police Force Cooperative Credit Union Saturday held its 19th annual general meeting at a local hotel. The aim of the meeting is to review the union's financial activities during the year under review. Seydou Kamara gives us an update on that development.
This is the Gambia Police Force Cooperative Credit Union's 19th annual general meeting since its establishment 19 years ago. The principal goal is to review the union's financial activities during the year under review. The meeting was also designed to re-elect the union's new executive body to steer the affairs of the union for the next 6 years. The Registrar of Cooperatives, Abbas Sankare, highlighted the importance of AGM which he said availed the members the opportunity to discuss the challenges of the union and the way forward. Sankara noted that financial inclusion will help the reduction of poverty.
In accordance with the Cooperative Societies Act, it is mandatory on all registered cooperative credit union in this country to conduct such an annual general meeting which gives a true and fair view of affairs of the union. This will enable the board to account to its members on prudent management and efficient utilization of credit union resources.
For the Sanya of NACUP, as the apex body of all cooperative credit unions in the Gambia, commended the police credit union for providing quality services to its membership. Sanya asserts his office continuous support to the police.
Member recruitment would be a key activity throughout this strategic period. Increasing recruitment in all catchment areas would make credit unions accessible to all as we continue our quest to provide quality, efficient service delivery.
The outgoing chairman of the union, Suleiman Dabo, said the union has registered milestones in the implementation of activities and programs in all areas. He also highlights the achievements and challenges it encountered in 2017.
We are therefore thinking about putting up strategies to increase the minimum savings for members, as this will enable the credit union to address your needs adequately.
Representing the IGP, Dembaso commend the credit union for its tireless efforts in uplifting the welfare of its members, so suggested that the unions to be decentralized for easy access for the general membership.
As this year's AGM theme is ensuring financial inclusion in the Gambia, I implore on the board of directors and staff to continue working tirelessly to bring on board all security personnel within the Ministry of Interior who are yet to register as members.
Guest speaker for the event, Honorable Minister of Interior Ibrahim Balo, underscored the benefits of the unions. He said the cooperatives have the potential to promote and enhance the financial status of grassroots. Of the union for their outstanding contributions to the union. Seydou Kamara, CRTS News. This is the
aside to the North Bank region, where 4 major health facilities in Badibu recently benefited from a donation of medicaments worth over $26,000 courtesy of the Badibu Musolu Charitable Organization. Usman Mane reports.
The beneficiary health centers are Kerawan, Njabakunda and Salikanya Health Centers and Farafenya General Hospital. Speaking at the presentation, the president of Badibu Musolu, Mariama Jame, explained that the organization is composed of natives of Badibu in the Gambia and the diaspora, and aims to promote women participation in the socio-economic development of the country. The Secretary General of the association, Maud Lamin Diba, said the association has provided similar support to other development sectors such as education and agriculture.
The Badibu Musolu today have created 2 major farmlands to help women and children to ensure that there is sustainable food self-sufficiency in the region. And today we are gathered here to give medical assistance to most of the major hospitals in this region. And these medicines are geared towards helping our health sector, especially women and children. So we have partners in the diaspora who were able to connect us with a charitable organization called the Heart to Heart International, a US-based charitable organization. Beyond reasonable doubt that we were able to convince them to donate us some medicines worth of $26,000.
Chief Abalakinte of Lower Badibu applauded the association for their efforts in providing medical
And as I told you, we really welcome this gesture and we are very happy about it and we will applaud them. For what they have done. This is what we should do as a nation.
The regional principal health officer, North Bank is Sirifo Dabo, said the medical items would improve service delivery across
It is with medicines, I think that is applaudable.
For GRTS News, I am Usman.
That we have been collecting data from more than 2,000 plots. That's actually inspired me quite a lot.
IBA project manager Lamin Nyagado, on the other hand, hailed the partners with ICRAF in the implementation of the project.
ICRAF, as has been said, is not just a partner. ICRAF is a part and parcel of this process. And we will be working with ICRAF in the coming months, years.
The chief technical advisor of the IBA project assured participants that all comments and contributions will be considered and adopted in the production of the final document.
The wildlife issues, the livestock issues, the conflict issues, and other issues that you have just mentioned. And I'm sure these things have been recorded, and later on you will find them in the revised baseline. But as Lalisa just said, we hope by the end of this year the baseline will be in its final form.
The Executive Director NGO Affairs, Musu Sonko, on behalf of the participants, commended the organizers for a well-coordinated forum and urged stakeholders to continue the spirit of teamwork, commitment and dedication for a successful implementation of the large-scale ecosystem-based adaptation Project IBA. Khadijatu Jallow reporting for GRT's News.
The right to peace, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, is the theme for 2018 International Day of Peace celebrations. Of the day were headed by the National Youth Council together with partners. A carnival and a peace football match was organized to commemorate the day. Mariam Adiba reports.
The celebration took the form of a march past and later a symbolic football match to mark the 70th anniversary of the International Peace Day. Scores of youths led by members of the National Youth Council converged for the march past. The message here is that of peace and unity as celebrants emphasize the need for Gambians to nurture peace.
We are here today to continue the observation of the International Day of Peace 2018 on the theme, the right to peace, Universal Declaration of Human Rights at 70. Today we gathered here after a peace caravan to educate the public about the importance of maintaining peace in the Gambia, especially among young people.
The chairman, National Youth Council, Dembo Kambi, here the support of partners such as the United Nations Banner Office, together with the various youth organizations in the country for the successful staging of the celebration.
With these few remarks, I want to thank the United Nations through Madam Becky for all the support that they have given to these civil society organizations and the National Youth Council to ensure that we commemorate this important day in the Gambia.
Addressing the gathering, Peace and Development Advisory UN System, the Gambia emphasized on the importance of peace building in society.
It has been an interesting 2 days for all of us, celebrating the International Day of Peace. And I want to say a big thank you especially to the National Youth Council and the West African Network for Peace Building, Activista, UNFPA, UNDP, the whole UN family, for coming together and celebrating this. The peace ambassadors of the Gambia, they are also in the lead.
The program wrapped up with the football match involving youths. With GRT's News, I am Mariam.
The international news is up next, right after this break. To stay tuned. Welcome back, and we'll take you to Uganda now because authorities there are on high alert following reports of a confirmed case of Ebola along its border with the Democratic Republic of Congo. The government says it will authorize vaccination against the disease should it spread from the DRC. Lian Sayangi reports.
Uganda's health ministry is making arrangements to vaccinate frontline health workers and high-risk populations should need arise. The exercise is being supported by the World Health Organization. The WHO says a particular strategy called the ring vaccination will be implemented during the exercise. This will involve health workers identifying people most likely to be infected with the virus. A total of 3,000 doses of the Ebola vaccine will be imported and administered in an estimated period of 6 months. Uganda has been on high alert since the outbreak of the disease in North Kivu in early August. And according to the World Health Organization, there have been more than 130 confirmed and probable cases. Close to 100 people have died in the latest outbreak, but intense surveillance continues in the districts bordering Uganda and the DRC. Leon Sanyangas, GTN, Kampala, Uganda.
The Chinese President Xi Jinping's special envoy, Sheng Jianbang, is on a visit to Mali. He was there to attend the inauguration ceremony of President Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta. The special event coincided with Mali's 58th anniversary of independence from France. Celebrations were held in the capital Bamako to commemorate the day. Keïta has thanked President Xi Jinping for sending a special envoy to attend his inauguration ceremony. He met with Zheng on Saturday evening, and the special envoy conveyed President Xi Jinping's sincere congratulations and good wishes. China and Mali established diplomatic ties 58 years ago, and both countries are willing to work on the implementation of the FOCAC summit goals as well as to strengthen bilateral cooperation. The second Asian Barbecue Festival took place over the weekend in Nairobi's Two Rivers Mall. Hundreds of Kenyans joined Asians living in Kenya to learn and understand diverse cultures and cuisines. The event was organized by the Kenyan Ministry of Foreign Affairs in conjunction with embassies of Asian nations in the country. Let's take a look.
It was a celebration of cultures through song and dance. To some, it was also a chance to showcase their understanding of Asian culture. The Asian Barbecue Festival was aimed at creating a platform for Kenyans and Asian residents in the country to interact and celebrate each other's
Next year onwards, we plan to scale it up in a much larger way.
For local business startups, it created an opportunity to break new grounds. China, India, Sri Lanka, South Korea are among Asian nations that participated.
We run part adventures, tours and safaris, and we're doing a lot of local tourism and international tourism. And we're getting a lot of Asians to come and partner with us. We take them for safaris and tours around Kenya and even around Tanzania and Uganda.
Ties between Kenya and Asia are centuries old. However, misconceptions based on cultural differences often breed stereotypes. The Asian Barbecue Festival seeks to break the walls by creating unity brewed in food, dance and business. Shane Kill, CGTN.
And that's all we had time for in this edition of the news. But before we go, a recap of the top stories once again. Gambia's Supreme Islamic Council has convened a consultative meeting with the Muslim community to discuss issues regarding the moon sighting controversy. Gambians have welcomed government's reissuance of national ID card, but many are worried about the cost of renewal. Gambia immigration authorities have said that 72 would-be migrants have been rescued by a cargo vessel off the coast of Guinea-Bissau after their boat ran into trouble. Ugandan government is and enjoy the rest of our programs.
Second edition of Sunday, 23rd September 2018, relay over on Alhajij Radio, broadcasting from Spain in Sal. Bade wala botamen jekang, botamen lamoy kang wala mo GRTS la second edition of eminke dimanche longo September karotili mois aning Saba 2018. So Allah baraka for Lunkote.